So I'm going to start a tour of my room. Here's the entrance to my room. So, you can kind of see the talismans, Japanese talismans. Alright, let's walk in. You can see it's kind of, nice looking right now. And, it's kind of like a chamber. So let me turn this sideways. Anyway. Where do I start? Oh, let's start with the lights on. Okay, so here's where we start with my room. It's all Japanesed out. And I guess we'll start right next to the door. So right above the door is the 1700s Japanese plate that has no labels or whatsoever, so I assume that it's earlier than 1800s because it didn't start, labeling and branding them until like 1800s or so, I think. And then we got next is a Chinese poster. This is a Chinese poster, so I'm not into Chinese culture, but it kind of looks oriental, so I kind of have that there. Then we got the the Chinese words for beauty and kindness, depending on if it's Chinese or Japanese. I got my room escape plan. That's for if a fire. Here is just fill in negative space in the wall. My ninja shoes and my Nikes and stuff like that. Just emptied my garbage. And then on this wall here is my giant. I'd have to step back actually. This wall is my giant Minecraft blanket and stuff. And then you can see I got like a little fountain, Japanese fountain, Zen fountain, a little Tibetan singing bowl, numerous essential oils, salt lamp, some cherry blossom spray right there obviously. Then I got a little bonsai growing here. It's not doing too good because the weather and the heat change. Got a little bamboo rod sticking out here. That's not even alive. Got my light color changer for this light, and I think the light across the room. But then I have more under railing lights on my thing, on my computer. So then we have, a Japanese poster right here, which is kind of crooked, I guess. Wait, maybe it's my camera that's crooked. Yeah, it's my camera that's crooked. We have like a Japanese poster here. A lantern, which is like a Japanese lantern. It's kind of cool looking. And then we have, another lantern. And if you go here, we got some Japanese yen, really old yen, some, tax tokens, something like that. My old Oakley glasses case before my Oakleys broke. And then this contains all my old keycaps from my new keyboard that I replaced the keycaps. Okay, and then we have all these, books like Feng Shui, some anime stuff like manga, Man's Search for Meaning, Jiu-Jitsu, Tai Chi, Kung Fu, another manga, Chinese medicine, learning katakana. Wait, I think that book's upside down. There's a hiragana and katakana book, modern karate, and another manga. So I read quite a lot. Here's my samurai statue and my two ninja stars I made, origami-wise. Then I got my samurai book that documents O-sensei, who is basically the last samurai who ever lived. He started Aikido. I have another book on samurai as well. And if you look back on the wall here, I got my backpacks hung up. And got like a OGO, don't know what that brand is or that one. I've been displaying my Razer products that I have, like my Kraken headset, my Siren Mini, and my Spectra Xbox controller, which I'll show you that later. Then let's move on from that station to, forgot to show you the carpet too here. A Japanese carpet. It's really nice, And so we move on to this part. This is my journaling area where I do schedules and journaling. I have like a book on Ninja by Stephen K. Hay. We got like a little lamp that turns on and off. It actually produces a lot of light and heat. Anyway. And then we have, this food tray for me in case I get sick. Then if you look up above that, there's sound panels right here. Let me open my curtains. Got Japanese curtains, and sound panels. And then that's the cult of the Razer. It's just a joke. Razer, the products call it a cult, because there's so many followers. of that product. It's basically video game accessories and stuff, and they make a joke called Colt of the Razor, so I got that right up there. It's kind of like, you know, what you find in some of the boxes. It's not literally a cult, it's not religious or anything, it's a joke. But yeah, that's my curtains. If I step back here, you can kind of see it better and all that I just showed you back there. You know, and then we got, you know, if you look above, another sound panel, and then we get down here on this side of the room where we just were to my bed, and this is a futon and a Minecraft pillow and all that. Some silk blankets, a weighted blanket here because I often have trouble sleeping without one. You know, my sandals, because really I'm not even supposed to have socks in here due to culture. Backpack, some 20-pound ankle weights. That's pretty much that side of my room without looking at the walls. And then if you look at the walls right now, here's the walls right next to it. So we got all my Nintendo Switch games right here that I used to have before my Nintendo Switch broke. Some LED lighting that changes colors. Old Japanese posters. They're not really old, but it's of old art. We got two, this is interesting actually here. We got two of these right here. They're Chinese. They're basically Chinese art, like, and they have like the characters right there and stuff like that. And then there's another one right here. They're both pairs. Another sound panel to reduce the sound. And if you move out, you can see all that I just showed you. And then my clock, of course, my Bible. And then if you move to this wall, you see the post, like the Japanese lantern, and then we got the Kyo for my Razer Kyo camera, Fallout 4 for PC, Halo 5 before I lost the disc, and as well as my Xbox. And if you zoom out, oh, almost tripped here. You zoom out, that's that wall. You have like a Japanese World War II kamikaze flag. If you look up, I got my Gigantus mat box for my Gigantus V2 and my smaller Gigantus. My Razer mats. They're like, oh my god, they were expensive. Another sound panel. And then we got, you know, this little poster right here that's held up by masking tape. Here's my Phantom keycaps for my keyboard that I was just about to talk about. Got my Biomutant for Steam and PC. Don't even know why I bought this. It smells weird. Drakkar Noir perfume. That is the inside of a vape pen. I just guess since I can't have that where I live, you know, I'm like, just screw it. I'll just keep the cloth because I can use it for other stuff. Salt lamp. You know, nothing that significant. This holds some hygienic stuff inside of it. Another Oakley glasses thing. This was for like some Oakley aviator shades I had. Well, not I, but my foster parent. Some art I made, you know. I made it by pulling two halves of paper together and pulling a string, but then I added stuff to it. It kind of looks like a weasel or whatever with a mustache and a monocle and a hat, and then his wife and bride and whatever language that is up there. And then up on the top on the ceiling where my closet kind of is, where this big chunk of the wall is, we have the cases for my MSI Katana laptop. Currently I don't have a desktop right now, but I'm planning on getting one. There's my talisman, you know. Here's, you know, just that. And then we can look up to the computer station right here, which is in the center of the room. I have 6 monitors, so only 3 of them work. One of them has just Google TV, and I'm running a Linux terminal on it. And the other 2 are actually connected to each other and all that. With Linux, Garuda Linux, which is a gaming station. So let's start. Here, let's pull my chair out of the way so I can kind of show you. Let's start on this corner. So we have I think a 2K or 1920, basically a 1440p screen right here. I've yet to turn it on and actually get it connected to anything, but it has like a little wrist rest and kind of a light up pad that goes underneath it right here. You can kind of see what it is. It's like a Crayola pad every time the batteries die. And then we can move on a little bit over here. So we have my watch, my organic green tea. I'm a big tea fan. I do a lot of Japanese zazen meditation. Here's my really old teacups made of what's it called, terracotta. So I got a few of those. I broke a few as well. This is metal dust with metal balls in it. I often use it to weigh things down like a paperweight. But this thing itself weighs like 5 pounds. It's just pure metal dust and shavings, almost like sand but made of metal. And so we have this over here. This is like a UV box, but for some reason I have a spider who just loves it in here. Like every time I take him out of it, he just comes back in there. Now he's creating a cocoon to molt. Put my glasses in here. It kind of turns on, but I have yet to show you it because it takes a little while to warm up. But it's like UV light and stuff. There we go. You can kind of see it. I have to turn off the lights real quick to show you the UV light. It looks blue on the screen, but to me, I can see all the UV light spectrum, so it doesn't look blue to me. It looks more like it's kind of a hard to explain in your sense of what the color looks like. I can see UV light a little bit, not just the visible kind, but the invisible. Anyway, that's that. Here's the 3 monitors I was talking about that don't work. This one I made myself and built myself. I got like found monitor parts and built it together and all that. This one's for testing graphics and stuff like that. That's why I used a makeshift one. Let's turn it on. I accidentally got the sticker on backwards though for the volume buttons, the sticker that indicates things. Yeah, it's a Skyworth. Well, I used the background of a Skyworth, but everything else is built all by itself. Every single individual component in here is I built myself. So, and then we have, this Dell monitor, which is older. It doesn't have HDMI. It has like PCI and DVI slots, as well as like those USB A's or whatever they're called. I've yet to find out how to put that on there. When I get a new PC, I'm going to put it down right there, like a big gaming rig, connect it to these 3 screens, and have it run Windows 11, And then we have, that, like I just said, there's my mask. I can't walk around the house without a mask on. Some markers, notes, a remote for the Skyworth. We have this, which is a Japanese teapot. It's made of like a cast iron. Actually, I have tea in there right now. It's warming on my tea warmer. And then I have some matcha, which is like, I don't like how expensive this stuff is, but I like having high quality matcha because I don't like to drink crappy, low quality, sucky matcha. The quality of, I'll just explain that in another video. I'm very tea orientated and Japanese culture orientated. Here's my other porcelain cup. 2 of them have died and broken, but this is where I should be carrying my black tea, but I just carry miscellaneous items I find on the desk that I have no place for, and if it doesn't look organized. So then we have my portfolio folders and stuff. If a broken infinity cube, obviously can't really solve it because it's, broken. So then we have these magnets and stuff like that. Here's my essential oil diffuser, and it has a lot of space in there for essential oils. And then here was a light that went to my old essential oil diffuser. It's like an infinity light, so like it reflects inside of itself and you see the dots go on forever. But since I don't have a good light source, I can't really do that now. Just made it look like a gourd, And then, well, let's go around back to the other side of this computer station. So you'll notice I have my cords organized with tape, masking tape. So I do have a lot of cords back here, And I have, this little Oni mask, which I wear around town, microfiber cloth, cleaning my glasses. This is to transfer audio output from my computer to certain, all these audio stuff right here. Let's go back around. Oh, forgot about my little kitsune figure. It's like a Japanese symbol of good luck. It's based off of Maneki Neko, but this is a Maneki Kitsune. 1 paw means like, come on in. It's really nice in here. It's lucky. It's just like a symbolism thing. It's not like idolatry or anything. It's just like, hey, it's nice in here. Good luck and stuff like that when you go into it. Even though I don't really believe in luck like that, it's just part of Japanese culture to kind of do that. And then, back to where that was, we have this, basically this USB-C charger for in case I get a new phone with the USB-C. My Bible cup that says, it says walking by faith, Isaiah 40:31. My only Pokemon card I have. And now let's move on to the actual computer that I'm using. So this is my mat that holds, an old school keyboard, really old school mouse that kind of has a cool looking light to it. I could make these lights change color with my app. I could change them to red. So we start with this keyboard. It's just an old keyboard by HP. Then we got, you know, that part where the monitor sets up. Oh, and by the way, this is not a computer right here. This is a subwoofer, and that's an SD chip. We have this monitor, which is plugged into that, and I have all my system performance settings and my time schedules and, you know, binary clock network speed statistics in the system monitor. You know, it runs on Garuda Linux, so it's pretty cool looking. Actually, I might be able to show it to you. I actually need to know. I'll show you my Garuda Linux setup when I'm on a different video through OBS. So, but yeah, I've done a lot of tweaking to it. Here's that screen. I had to work a lot to get that GIF onto the background right there, and to get these custom logos and all that, like the Ambu Black Ops logo and all that. So back to this first computer station, I have a speaker and a monitor. Speakers right here, which are, you know, dual speakers. I have, you know, these old Chinese or Japanese elder figures that are pretty much for decoration only, obviously. And then we have this little squishy guy that I like to, when I'm stressed out, I fidget with it. A little light in case I need to see what I'm doing. Oh, come on, it needs to start. Yep. And that's it on that. Then where my Oni mask was, we have a big base right here, and all that. And now let's go to the horrendous thing we call a mess of cords and wires. So this is basically like the central unit of where all the computer stuff goes. So I'm gonna break it down for you. Let's start with the microphone. I got a Blue Yeti microphone right here, and it's like, you know, it's kind of good, but I'm trying to get it like a Quadcast or something like that because it lights up and it has better quality for singing and stuff. The Blue Yeti is more for like starting stuff, but yeah, and since I don't have the things on the side, I had to make a custom stand that has the back out and all that. Then we got, you know, this cord which plugs into the TV monitors for audio output. All these messy cords and plugins right here. Then another bass subwoofer, or like a bass, a Wi-Fi router right here. And then we got these two speakers right here, one right here and one right here. So those are two speakers right there. So this can produce its own sound, and this can produce its own sound. And then I got this huge HDMI dock right here that's just like all the stuff is connected to it. All my plugs, it has USBs. Yeah. And then we have another little dock right here. And then the stand that this laptop is on is cooler. It has like a fan on it, and it plugs other stuff into the back so you can plug extra things to your PC. It's almost like a dock, and then, you know, I got a mini dock that doesn't work. And then for the computer, I got an MSI Katana GF76 UI1 or something like that. It has like 16 gigs of RAM, 500 gigabytes of storage, an Intel Core i7, I think 16 or 8 core, I don't remember. I think it's 8 core, 16 threads, so it's pretty good. It has 144 hertz refresh rate, which means the screen has a faster frame rate than most other screens. I use this for particularly fast frame rate gaming, and you can kind of see I made this custom background right here. I added the Oni sec, I made that little Oni right there, and everything. You know, and it loops, so I don't have to like have a whole video. It loops, and I had to make a video by OBSing the loop because it wouldn't accept a GIF as the background. So yeah, I made that background and all that. There's my internet alias right there in Japanese. So that's what we got there. Then we got this useless cord right here. We got our plug-in right here, which is not needed. Well, it is needed. I'm talking about that's not needed. And let's go down. You know, I think I've covered everything on this part of the desk. Oh, one more thing. I got a Razer Kiyo streaming camera right here. So that's cool. It lights up actually too, but I've yet to find out how to control that light through Linux, because I run Linux on my computers. So, and then we got on this wall, you know, the display of my keyboards and stuff. So I got this, which came with my old Razer Viper, the one I no longer have because it's plugged in. I gave it to somebody else actually. My Blue Yeti box. Oh man, I'm tired. Anyway, that's my Razer Viper and Razer mouse. As you can see, I actually have one that mouse pad right here. And so that mouse pad that came with that Razer Viper is now on the desk. And then we have my Ornata Chroma, which is you know, mecha membrane, so it has like kind of a clicky feel to it, but it's kind of weird to explain. Then I got my Black Widow, which is meant for gaming. And to be honest, if you look down on my Black Widow, I got special white Phantom keycaps and customized keycaps. That K is for editing, because in Fortnite I play with this side to move. Like here's my movement controls, crouch, edit, weapons right here. I have the weapons tagged with little sticky grips so I can hit them better. And then the other two weapons are here. So yeah, I use my keyboard like this. I'm lefty with my mouse. I'm a lefty with my mouse. This is a Razer Viper Ultimate right here. So yeah, I'm a lefty with my mouse when I play Fortnite. And then this is my Razer Black Widow, like I just showed you right there. But now here's my Razer Ornata Chroma. It has a different feel to it. It really does, and it's kind of hard to explain. Then here's my Spectra wired controller, which I can change and customize the LEDs for different zones, or just turn the LEDs off. Here's my older Xbox controller I have here, which is kind of like the special edition. I don't remember what it was from, the package I got it from. I no longer have an Xbox. My PS5 controller, which is pretty cool. I actually put grips on the controllers right here so I can access the buttons better. I rarely use this actually because it's not very compatible with very many games since it's so new. My little bracelet couplet or whatever. This is the controller for that TV. It's a Google Assistant TV. This TV right here. It could be plugged into that monitor if I had DisplayPort support on that laptop, but no. This TV I can say, "Hey Google" and stuff like that, and it'll actually play to